drive your, regular car.
It's
Um,
a good way to put it.
so find the probability that a randomly selected student is a girl. So probability here is two numbers. It's a ratio. The number on top is the one you want, and the number on bottom is the total. Sometimes the total is the super total, grand total, and sometimes it's a row total or a column total.
Mhm.
But in this problem, it is a super a super total. So in this case, can you tell me how many girls there are over how many total there are?
There's 80 girls and there's 180 students.
Yes. So this is the answer, but this is not going to get you full credit. You either have to reduce the fraction or a decimal or a percent. You cannot
Um,
leave it like this and expect to get a full mark. Um,
I guess you could say can divide both of them by 20. So
now
it's
you
like
got a
4 and
TI-83 though,
1.
right?
Sorry, say that again.
You got a TI-83 there.
Yeah.
So just put this fraction in, hit math, enter, enter, and it will convert it to the lowest form of the fraction.
Okay. Math. I'm just like enter, enter. And then 80 divided
No,
by.
no, no, no. That after you're done. Like put this into the calculator.
Oh,
80
my bad,
divided
my
by
bad.
180, then math, enter, enter.
80 divided by 180. Enter, enter. Uh, I don't think this is right because I got like 0.44444.
Right. So hit math, enter, enter, and it'll give you a fraction.
Okay, let me retype it because I think I must have messed something up. 80 divided by 180. Math, enter, enter. 4/9. All right, I think I forgot to click math.
Yes, 4/9.
All right, so then I guess that's the answer because that's the chances of you being a girl.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh wait, no, 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 no.
Oh, well, that came out bad. All right.
Gotta get the statistics for that. Or not
Oh,
statistic.
all right. So, all right. Let's look at number two here. Is to find the probability that a randomly selected student is a girl and chose math as their favorite subject. Whenever you see the word and, it's a single cell in the table.
Single cell on the table. Okay. So, what does that mean, I guess?
All right. So to me, these are cells like 30 is a cell, 20, 30, 10, 50, 20. Those are all cells.
Uh,
Uh, you can think of them as prison cells or data cells, places in the table. So it's the intersection. Let me do it differently here. You can see that that is what I said is unclear. So let me try this one more time. Probably the student is a girl. So here are all the girls, and here are all the ones that like math. Where is the overlap?
20. Math and girls, the second
Yes.
cell on the
So
top,
it's 20 over.
80.
Well, it's the total because we're looking at all of the whole thing.
Oh, every math student or like,
Yeah, every student.
oh, just every student period. All right.
Yes. Yes. So there's specific language that will reduce it to a row or a column,
So,
but we don't have it in this one. But I
okay.
want you to see this. What's really important about number two is I want you to see that the word and means it's a single cell. It's an overlap, but it's a single cell.
Single cell. All right. Yeah. So I guess 1/9, and then
Yes.
I'll take that in.
All right.
One
Now,
divided by 9. Math,
now number
enter.
three, let's see, number three is something different. It's an or. All right. So when you have an or statement, let me grab the table again. Find the probability that a randomly selected student is a girl or chose math as their favorite subject. So there are 80 girls and there are 70 people that like math. Okay. Well, let's take a look at how this is calculated. 30 plus 20 plus 30 gets you to 80, right? 20
Oh,
plus 50 gets you to 70. Do you see how
um,
you're double counting this one? The 20?
yeah,
So you don't do that. You don't go 80 plus 70. Okay. You don't double count. So you look at in this case, it ends up being, and I'll highlight these in red. So you maybe look at that later. You just add up those numbers. So an or is like the um in the Venn diagram. I don't know if we did this, but it's everything in the Venn diagram, including the overlap.
yeah. My teacher was showing me something with that Venn diagram.
Yeah, don't it's not super important. The or though, what you don't want to do is double count. It's not 80 plus 70. It's the three across or however many down or however many across, but you don't double count the one.
Oh, okay. Wait, I'm just gonna read the question again just so I can like transcribe that
Okay.
into that as well.
Yep.
Okay, I get what you're saying now for sure. So like,
Okay, so go ahead and add those up, which is 30 plus 20 plus 30 is
oh, that'll just be 80.
130 over 180.
Yeah, 130, 180, 13, 18, and then that it's already that's oh no,
That
okay. I was just trying to remember if I do math enter for that, but I would not.
you can if you do the 130 over 180, and then do the
But
math
that's
enter. It will give you
yeah,
that.
but I feel like that's more like simple math, so it's not needed.
Okay, now number four is got the language where it reduces it to a row or a column. So it says find the probability that a student is a girl given that. So that's the language you're looking for. That reduces it to a row or a column. And you're probably thinking, well, how do I know which it is? Well, thank goodness you speak English as a native language because it is complicated. So their favorite subject is, it says, given that their favorite subject is math, that means you only care about the math column. You don't care about anything else. When it says given that, whatever the given that and whatever follows that, that is what you care about. So your whole
Uh-huh.
universe, your whole world is 20 plus 50 plus 70. Think of it as like you go down to the auto mall, there's the Honda dealer, the Toyota dealer, and the Ford dealer. It's like, given that you
Oh,
want to buy a Toyota, like you don't care about the other ones anymore, just this
just
one.
the Toyotas.
Okay. What is the probability that the student is a girl? So it's asking how many girls are there? 20 out of how many total? 70 this time.
Oh. So we're not using the boys in the scenario for anything except they just account to the total number of
Well,
students.
I mean, another problem might ask, given that their favorite subject is math, what's the probability that the student is a boy? They could ask you that one.
Yeah. So then if they okay, wait, so then I know that's like not related to this problem. So if they did ask if it's a boy with that situation, would I still say 50 over would I just say 50 over 70?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Um
Okay, so
s-
the given is the key language there. So two, three, and four have this really important wording in each of them that you have to pay attention to. And in problem two is we go back to problem two. The and means it's a single cell. It's wherever the overlap is. Or or means it's going to be like a collection of cells that you're adding together in the table. Given means you're reducing it to a column or a row.
mm, given.
And
Okay,
and we're gonna do more problems that are just like this. So we'll
we'll get plenty going.
yeah, get a bunch here. All right. So next problem. This one's percentages, so it's a little bit more difficult. Let's not do this one. Let's do, yeah, we'll do three and we'll come back to the one with percentages because that could throw us off here unnecessarily.
Hmm.
Not saying it's hard or anything, it's just that it's different. All right.
Yeah.
So number one, find the probability that a randomly selected student passed the exam. So how many students passed the exam out of how many students total?
So I'd say past exam would be 20 over 26.
Yes. And
And
what does
then
that
that could
reduce
be
to?
reduced to 10/13.
You got it. All right. Now, for number two, there's an and. There's an and here. So I'll keep that table up. I think we can do this here. There's not a lot of work. Like you just read it, you write the numbers down. There's not a lot of partial credit here. So keep that in mind. Did not complete the homework and did not pass the exam.
Um, 2 over 6, 1/3.
How many we're both, you said two, but it's out of the total.
Oh, so out of define the
So maybe
probability.
maybe this will help you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ors and ands are out of the total.
And ors or ands out of the total. Ors, ands. All right, I got that written down. So then I guess it would reduce to 1/13. Um,
Questions on that?
I guess not. I guess it's just more of like you just got to be careful reading the problems so you don't make mistakes.
The instructor is really trying harder to help you by bolding the or and the and. And I'm trying to help you really hard here by saying like whenever it's an or and an and or a regular problem, it's out of the total, like the super total. Maybe I should say it that way. Super total or the grand total. There's another car thing. There's the sticker price, and then there's actually the real total you pay when you
Oh,
buy the vehicle. All right. So whenever you see an or, you're going to have a couple of cells to add together. You're going to have to add up a couple of things here.
find the probability that a random selected student did not come. Okay, so find the probability that a randomly selected student did not complete the homework or did not pass the exam. So does this mean I get to choose which one?
Nope, nope. Or in this case, or could be both. So remember I did this like overlap thing.
Yeah.
So the did not complete the homework are those two.
Uh-huh.
Did not pass the exam are those two. You're going to
So
add those up, but you don't double count. Like you don't double up on
the same
on
thing.
this.
So there's 6 students who didn't pass the exam and 2 that didn't complete their homework. No, 4 that didn't complete their homework.
Right, but you cannot add four and six because that double counts the overlap.
So
So you actually don't want to use the row. You don't use the row total and the column total. You want to use the ones that are true in this case. Like that makes
would it
sense.
would it just
Two,
be 4 plus 4 over 26?
yes.
Or yeah, 2 plus 2 plus 4, I should say. And then it would just be 4/13 once you keep reducing it.
Okay, number four is a given that's reduce it to a row or a column.
So find the probability that a student did not complete the homework given that they did not pass the exam. So
So is that a row or a column? Is what you should be deciding.
that would be a column.
Did not pass the exam. So rows go horizontally.
Columns go up and down. So then
Yes.
that would be a row.
Yes. So you don't care about anything else. You don't even care about those other numbers.
All right. So find the probability that a student did not complete the homework, given that they did not pass the exam. So without passing the exam, six didn't, and then two didn't complete their homework. So would I say two
Did not
over
complete the homework over six.
six? Because that's
Yeah,
just the total amount of people who just didn't pass the exam.
that's right.
And then that'd reduce to one thirds. Or one third, not one thirds.
Good. All right. Let's go. All right. So number four here. We'll do number four, and then we'll go back and do the percentage one. Um, I want
Oh,
you to try to do as much of this as you can on your own.
all
So
right.
take your time here, but let me put up the four questions on screen, or you've got them in your notes there, I guess. Actually, it's probably better if I put this on the left and the table on the right. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's not any good. All right, give me a moment here.
All good.
Yeah, do this differently. All right, let's do the first two. Give me the answers to the first two. Take your time. There's no rush. And
For the first one would be 2/5.
okay, so a boy, there's 80 out of 200, which is yes, 2/5. Good. Keep
All
going.
right. Problem two. 9/3 or 45 over 65, which is 9/13.
Okay. The and ors still are over the grand total.
Uh, right. Okay. I gotta keep that in mind.
So yes, it is 45, but it's over the grand super total.
Nine. All right. Let me reduce that real quick. 9/40.
Okay. All right. So now let me I don't know, bring this that's not gonna work either. All right. Let's do this. And we'll look the last two. All right, here we go.
All right. So, okay, wait, I have a question number three. So, the probability that a randomly selected student is a girl or takes French. So, I'm using the French girl in the top of the column in the middle.
What you're looking for, like you want to identify the words girl and friend.
Oh,
So girl, girl, French, French.
so would I say like 45 over 65?
No, The ors are where you add up a couple of cells.
Oh, one. So 120.
No, it's never the row or the column total.
But wouldn't I be adding 75 and 45?
Yes,
So I
but
would just write out 75 plus 45.
that's a better way to do it because you will never double count like I'm worried about you doing.
75. So then, okay, so I say how many girls there are total in the two languages. Then I say how many are taking French, and then I divide that by the entire amount of students.
Right.
All right. On all right. So that'd be 140. So then that would be 7/10.
Okay. Very good.
I tried to do that in the calculator, and then I realized that'd just be faster mentally. All right, number four.
This reduces it to a row or a column. Row or when you see the word given that.
Given that they take French. All right. Find the probability that a student is a girl given that they take French. So now I would divide 45 over 65.
Finally, yes.
Okay.
Because
So that
it's given that
adds,
given that they're French, you don't care about any of these other things.
yeah. Okay. So 45 over 65, which is 9/13.
Okay, so let's look at a few more of these ors and ands. We really got to dial this in here. I'm going to reuse this one. So I'm going to use S, F, V, and B. So we want the probability of Spanish and girls. Spanish and girls.
Oh,
Is that single cell or adding up cells?
adding up the cells.
It's
And
and, and,
so
and is a single cell.
um because 75 over 120.
We don't need to reduce. So what is the probability of French or boy? So
Um
or is a collection of cells. So it's either French is okay or boy is okay. Like if it's in the French, that's okay. If it's in the boy, it's okay.
oh, so that would be 80 over 200.
Nope, you've got three cells to add up.
Oh, and then that would be over 200.
Yes,
So then that would be 60 plus 20 plus 45 over 200.
yes. Okay.
And then
I still don't feel
B.
like we're getting this down. I don't know why this isn't being clear, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look back on
You,
this.
yeah, I hate saying this, but you sound tired. You sound just wiped out. Maybe that is part of it. I don't know.
Mhm.
So here's a new problem. The scenario doesn't really matter. What does matter is the totals. Like you don't have the totals in any of these. So we're going to put the totals in 21, 15, 14, 24, 26, 50, like that. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So let's try this one more time. If I give you an and is one table value. It's one table value. It's one entry in the table. It's one rectangle. Is that clear?
Yes.
And or is going to be a row slash column, but you're adding together. You're like adding multiple. multiple table values.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to be very clear on the difference between them. Let's try a few problems here. Okay, what is we want red and rectangle. Red and rectangle.
Red and rectangle. So there's 6 red rectangles. There's a total of 24 rectangle. No, 24 red, 6 rectangles. So 6
There's
over 24?
50 because it's always out of the total. Ands and ors are out of the
Oh,
grand
right.
total.
I don't know why that's like just not going in my brain.
Yeah. But so another, like sometimes the way the question could be written, it would say red rectangles. Like it doesn't have to say red and, like it doesn't have to be exactly like that, but if it said red rectangles, you're supposed to be able to
Oh,
identify it. So let's try another one here. All right, let's try a black and square.
black and square.
Yes.
So that's with the total. So we know 50 is on the bottom.
Yep.
We know there's 9 black squares.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Okay. 26.
Nope. How many are black and like they've got to be both be true.
Oh my gosh. 4.
Four.
Okay. I was looking at the rectangle spot somehow.
Okay. So and you can reduce this later if you want. Now let's look at some ors. You have a quiz on this tomorrow?
No. Thankfully. I thought this was gonna be like I was like, oh, I don't need the full hour for this, but I
Well,
guess I might.
we could probably stop if it gets to be where you if you're making mistakes because you're tired. I mean that's not there's no gains there really. There's not. But
Yeah.
let's just keep and see if we can do a few more here. Rectangle or black or now ors and ands are still out of the grand total super total, but
So
you're
and
adding
an
up.
or is just all of them. It's always the total.
Yes, but then the or means you're looking at like it's like you're checking the box. It's okay if it's rectangle, it's okay if it's black. So like start with rectangle. There are 6 and 9, so 6 plus 9.
6
And
plus
then
9
and then black, there's 4 plus 9 plus 13, but
plus
you already
13.
counted that 9, so you don't count that one again.
So then I just count the other 2 numbers.
Yes, or however many you can imagine
Other
there.
2 cells. So
Yes.
then 15. Okay, so then 15 plus 4, 19 plus 13 is 32 over
Okay.
50, which is 16 over 25.
Yep. All right. So maybe try one on your own here. All right. So kite or red.
Right. So the bottom is 50. Okay. So then is it 14 or
Well,
1?
like if you notice what I've been doing is trying to have you add them up.
Okay, so
Like
13 plus 1.
right. That takes care of the kites. 1 plus 13. But what about the
Okay.
reds?
And then the reds would be have a total of 24.
No,
So
no. So 17 plus
oh
6.
my god. Okay, I don't know why I'm like still
Well,
not saying that.
yeah, I mean, Zach, I mean, it's okay if we stop early. Like it's, you're not, I'm not, there's no, I'm worried that we're going to get any good returns on what we're doing here. I mean, because we're literally just like counting squares. We're not, nothing complicated here. Um, but do you want us to see?
All right, I'm gonna like fully lock in. for
Do
this
you want
next
to take a
round.
3-minute break? I mean, do you want to just take a short, something to reset? Like what would help you?
Yeah, I'll take like a minute long break or minute too long
All right.
break.
Just come back on, say hello whenever you're ready.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so I've got a new problem here for you to look at. Sometimes they do not give you the totals. And you got to be very careful here because sometimes they can look like totals and they're not. You've got to get the totals.
Okay, so straight up just count the totals first.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe you'll get them, maybe you won't. Uh, I have no idea. So there's some built-in checks there. The row and column totals are supposed to be the same down here at the
Uh-huh.
bottom. So that should help here.
Then 17 plus 11, 28. And then
Yes,
13 plus 28 would be 41 for that bottom, right?
right. So this one doesn't have like a nice, it's not nice, it's not, oh, it's nice. It
Yeah.
it's whatever. So now that you've got that 41 is we're gonna do some ands and ors here. So I want triangle and red. Triangle and red.
Triangle and red.
So
So
so is that a single cell or is that multiple cells?
this
They,
one is
they have to both be true.
single
Single.
because we're using just the red triangles.
Yes. So how many of those are there
There's 9 red triangles
out of 41? Great.
out of 41 shapes.
Okay. Now the or is when you're going to grab a collection of them. So let's say we want red. No, sorry, we just did red. Whoa. Let's do blue or circle.
Blue or circle. So blue is 13 plus 6 plus 8.
But you already counted the 6 for the 13. That's why I recommend writing it out. 6 plus 2 plus 5.
6
So when
plus
you
2 plus
when you
5.
when you add 6 again, you're like, I already
Oh,
counted 6.
that's the double, like where you
Yes.
accidentally say it twice. Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense now. I didn't really get what you meant by that. So yes, 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus 8 over 41 because that's the total number. Then that's 13 plus 8, 21 over 41, and you can't keep reducing that.
Okay, so I'll give you two here to try on your own. Oops. All right. Square or red, triangle, triangle, and blue. So these are two separate problems.
All right, sounds good. 5. Square and red. Square. Okay, wait, I think I messed up the first one. I said 11 over
Okay,
41.
so redo it. There's no timer here.
All right.
Okay, we're not
So
going
the
up. We're
bottom
not
is
doing.
41 for square over red.
Okay.
And then 5 plus 11 over 41.
For which one?
Square over red.
So that takes care of the square. Are there any reds to count?
Yes, 8 plus 9.
Why don't you add the other 11?
Because then I'd be doubling it.
Double
And I
counting,
already have
yeah.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I would get 16, 24, 30, 33 over 41.
Okay.
And then, okay, so triangle and blue. I know that there's two blue triangles. So it's 2 over 41.
You got it.
Okay. So I think I get the and one. It's the or one that I'm like, it's not fully processing somehow.
Got it. I mean, we've done so many examples. I would maybe argue it has more to do with, your maybe fatigue, but
Yeah.
let's go back, look at your um the one we did not do, which was percentages. We should look at here. Um, so this, I mean, I hope this doesn't get to be hugely unclear. Okay, first question here is to, why is it my snipping tool? There it is. There it is, the snipping tool. All right. All right, find the probability that a randomly selected student is male, So notice that there is no numbers, like counts this time. There's just percentages.
Oh. So should
Uh,
I? So it already just gives me the total, so I don't need to add them up or anything.
that's right. So in this case, now if you really wanted to, you could do 37.5 out of 100, which is still 37.5%
Uh-huh. Oh, because I just
or as a
divided by
percent.
10. So
So you,
then,
you you still do the same thing. Like you still can write it out of the choice. If you're really uncomfortable with working with percentages, you just
okay, so 37.5, find the probability that they're a male. And then you
there's
just add, so you add up the two clubs. I think they're clubs.
well, they already give
And
you the
then
total. They already tell you that the total is 37.5 males.
37.5. And then you know the totals for everyone's 100. And then
Right.
you just put them together.
Okay. So grab the table again here. Now the next one is an and. And is a single cell. Single cell. Let me grab the question. Probably the selection is male and chose drama. Male and drama.
So 25 over 100.
Okay. But that's male and comedy,
Oh my God. Oh, yeah. 12.5 over 100.
which is 0.125 or ends up being 12.5%. Good. So the and is a single cell. The or, which we'll do next, is
Is where they're added.
yes, and you don't want to double count. So you just count the ones up until you feel like you've fully satisfied everything there. Put this here. Okay. Male or chose drama. Male or chose drama.
So male or chose drama. So we know that there's 12.5 plus 25,
That takes care of the males.
and then 12.5 plus 46.9.
You've already counted the 12.5, so you don't double count it. So you go
Right
46.9 out of 100.
out of 100.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Yeah, it's like I know this. I just like keep like saying the wrong
Yeah.
stuff. I'll just blame being tired. Okay, so and is like very specific where it's
Yes.
like it basically the number's already given to you. Like you know what it is already for both of them
Yes.
because they're just both
Yes.
there. And then the or is where you add them together and you can't double them.
Yes. Okay, we are absolutely going to stop here.